in your position as far as being a student. But I know that for me, any class that I took as a student, the most beneficial method was not for the teacher to just stand up here and lecture without engaging any students. Even though I didn't like it at the time, the most effective method for me in learning was to engage the students, have them ask me questions, me ask them questions. Thank you. So does that make sense as far as the method? Does anybody have any questions on that method? Yes.
I have a question how to use look and see and watch, how to use look and watch and see. Yes.
So you say look,
Yes.
Look.
see, watch, and then see?
Yes. How to use when when we use this.
Okay. Oh, so when to use these words?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So that's one question you have is when would be an appropriate time to use each one of these words? Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. Let's make sure I will cover this today in class as far as when we would use each of these words. So what I will do is I will use each of these words in a sentence, and I will write that sentence on the board. And so I will do that here in several minutes. And so, but I want to first cover this, just finish covering this real quick, is when I say interactive, that's my teaching approach, teaching method. So lecture, discussion, where you guys are asking me questions. And then what we'll do is, the third thing are assignments. So assignments we can do in class. And so we won't do much of this today because I want to spend most of the day today introducing myself as well as introducing my method. But what I will do is from the books that we study, there'll be different activities, different exercises that I will have each one of you do on your own. And then once you've spent some time doing it on your own, we will then discuss what you just did and review the answers. And then anything you didn't get right, anything you had a question on based on the exercise, we'll then discuss in person. And so, so ask questions. So after you do the assignment, ask questions. And then we will review the answers together. Okay. So that's basically what my approach will be for this class. Do any of you have any questions? Does that sound okay to you guys?
I would like to practice writing.
Practice
and
writing.
one teacher to
Okay, so one thing you want to do is practice writing. So is that one thing you struggle with right now? Is learning how to write in English? Okay. Okay. So writing in English is one thing. What are some other things you guys might struggle with in learning English?
For example, today you have a topic for the student and have a homework to write and send you in tomorrow.
No, say that one more time.
Okay. For example, you have a topic for the student to write at home and tomorrow send you to
Oh, okay.
grandma.
Okay. Do you already have a topic that you're going to write on? Did teacher Jim give that to you?
No.
Okay, he
And
did.
he taught about pronunciation to reading the story.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. Once because part of the reason for today is so that I can get to know each of you better, where each of you are at as far as ability to speak English, write in English, and so versus just giving you assignments randomly, I wanted to make sure that what I gave you, what I taught you, what I'm giving you as something to write is beneficial to you based on where each of you are at in your ability to speak English. So that's where I want to spend today, more so learning about each one of you. So writing is one thing I will make sure to keep on the agenda as far as helping you with that. Any other concerns or any questions you have, anything you might struggle with that we can spend time on during class? It's because I guess you mentioned how there's certain words in the English language that you are unsure of how to use in a sentence. Is that correct? Because I think, is that correct? Because you mentioned look, watch, see, those three words being words that you might struggle using in a sentence correctly. Is that right?
Can you explain this?
Explain these three?
Yes.
So yeah, let's go ahead and just explain. Let's explain these real quick. So the English words. So look. Does somebody know what look means? So let's discuss look. Can somebody tell me what look means? So, look is basically something you do.
วัดแปลว่าฉันดูอะไรเงี้ย
ทั้งสามคำมันเป็นว่าดู
ดูเหมือนกันแต่ดูคนละอย่างนะลุกนี่เราเห็นคนนี้เราลุกเราเห็นแต่วัดนี่หมายว่าเราดูโทรทัศน์อะไรดูหนังอะไรแค่วัด
So look is an action, something you do. So look is basically to turn your eyes in a certain direction.
ดูมองตามองหน้ามองตัวเห็นผู้หญิงสวยดูเลย
So does everybody see this? To turn your eyes in a certain direction. So if I say, so I'm going to turn my eyes towards that speaker up there. So I am going to look at that speaker. Good morning. Sorry. That's fine. That's fine. So to turn your eyes in a certain direction, I turn my eyes towards the fan. So I look at the fan when my eyes are towards it. So to use it in a sentence, to use look in a sentence is I look at the fan. So I can use this sentence
Yes.
if my eyes are looking at the fan. Can somebody else give an example of something they would look at?
Look at.
I look at fan.
So anything in this room.
Look at me.
Yes. So my eyes are right now looking at you. So that's, as long as my eyes are in your direction, that means I'm looking at you. So here, the map of the world, you guys are looking
The map.
at this map. You guys are looking at it if your eyes are pointing to it.
And can I say I see the map? Can I say like this?
Yes, you can do that too.
What's the map?
So you can say, I will use, I'll cover these in a second. Now, that's a good question, because I'll cover C in a second. So I'm going to tell you guys, look at a Coca-Cola bottle. You see that one on the desk? The Coca-Cola bottle here?
Yes.
So if I told you guys to look,
Look.
I want you guys to look at the Coca-Cola bottle. You guys would turn your eyes to the Coca-Cola bottle and look. So,
Can you say, I am looking for a seat, S-E-A-T. Can you say,
can you say it one more time?
I am looking for a seat
Uh,
for some seat to take.
Oh, a seat. Okay, yes. Yes. So if you were to walk into the class, you were gonna look for a seat. And so you're going to look for a seat that somebody is not already sitting in. So you would walk into the class and your eyes would be looking for a seat that is unoccupied. So that's another way you could use look. Is look involves, or look involves anything that involves your eyes. So when you use look is going to involve anything that you use your eyes for, such as looking for a seat, looking at the map, looking at the fan. Does that make sense as far as the word look specifically?
You look, can you with the thing and person?
Mm-hmm.
For instance, the person you look like very nice, okay?
Yeah, you can use that. So you would not know if somebody looks very nice unless you use your eyes. Your eyes tell you that somebody or something looks very nice. So that's another thing. Is yes, you're right in that you can look at somebody, look at something, and say they look very nice. Look meaning that you used your eyes to look at them and notice they were very nice. So that's, I know it's crooked, but so that's briefly tells you what the word look means. Now let's cover watch real quick. So yeah, watch.
What's TV?
Watching TV.
Yes.
Watching movie.
Yeah. So yeah, great. Can I erase this?
Yes.
Okay. So what I want to do first is write the definition down of watch, just for your benefit.
I watch football. I love football.
Yes, football.
I
Yes.
love football. Yeah.
I love football. Yes. So yeah, I'll use that as an example. Yes. Okay. So watch, again, it's a verb, it's an action, something you do. So watch means to look at someone or something. Okay, so the definition of watch, to look at someone or something. That is very similar to look. So you have a very good point in that each one of these words is very similar and have very similar, if not the same, definitions. Because you could basically, the definition of watch involves the word look. Now, when I say, I guess one of the questions in the English language is, when would you use look in a sentence versus when would you use watch? In my opinion, when I use those two words, I will use watch when I'm looking at something for an extended period of time. If I'm just glancing at something, I would probably say look. So you mentioned, what were the two examples you mentioned that you would use watch in a sentence? What is something you watch?
Yesterday I watched a movie.
Yes, watch it. So, yes, I will watch a movie. I will watch television. Sports. You mentioned football. I will watch
Football match.
a football match. Yes. So, for each one of these things, if I watch a movie, if I watch, let's say, watch a television show, or I will watch a football match. Each one of these things you're watching, it's not like you're just looking at it for a few seconds. You're watching it for maybe 2 or 3 hours. You're watching this maybe for 30 minutes to an hour. You're watching a movie maybe for 2 hours. Watching is something you do for a long period of time, such as a nap. It doesn't have to be any specific time, but it's something more than just looking at something.
I can use watch when we want to look at short time, in a period short time, and use watch in a period long time.
Exactly. There's not like in my opinion, it's not like it's set in, there's not a specific time frame. But in general, yes. If I was just to look at something briefly, I'm going to look at that desk. I'm going to look at this whiteboard, this dry erase board. I'll look at you. All those things for a very brief period of time. But again, I watch a movie for maybe 2 hours. watch a television show for at least a few minutes, maybe 30 minutes. I watch a football match for a couple hours. So that's, in my opinion, the difference between watch and look is more so the period of time that you're spending with your eyes on that particular thing or person.
Watch
Yes.
means you use it a long time and look in a short time.
Yes.
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 Yes. So does this make sense?
Why you use I will watch? Necessary to use I will watch.
Okay, yeah, so
I can.
Tomorrow is a future tense. You use will.
Yeah.
Because it's a future tense.
yes. So if I okay, so that's a good. Let's talk about that real quick. So this is all, like you said, future
So
tense.
I understand the future tense, but I don't understand why we want to use it necessary to use the future in the verb watch. Necessary to use.
What would be present tense of watch? Or so use watch in a sentence. So okay, so for example, so this is future tense. I will watch a movie.
Yesterday I watched.
So yeah, so what is present tense? If I'm watching a movie,
I watch. Don't I will be. I will be means you must.
well, okay, so future tense is I will watch a movie. Present tense means I am watching a movie right now. So how would you use watch in the present tense?
I watch. I watch movies.
Well, that watch is present tense, but if you were to use that in a sentence, you would say I am watching a movie. As far as proper American, I say proper American, but proper English, I watch a movie would not be the appropriate way of saying I am watching a movie at that current time. If you were actually, like if right now I was watching a movie, I would say I am watching a movie. In order to make it present tense, you would have to add this ing.
Present continuous.
It's the present
Exactly.
continuous.
That's after we discuss these three words, that's actually what we're going to be talking about today is present continuous.
But why we can use I watch. I watch.
Well, okay. Let's say you said I watch a movie. As far as proper English goes, if you were to use proper English, if I said I watch a movie, that would not mean that I am watching a movie right now. If I was watching a movie right now, I would have to use
I am watching.
I am watching, present continuous, like you said.
So I will watch a movie, same meaning and watching a movie in the action now.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Now, what would be past tense? Say you already did it. Say you already watched a movie 2 hours ago. How would you use watch in a sentence?
I watch.
Past.
I watched.
I watched.
I watched a movie. The most important part of this being
TV.
I watched.
Past tense.
Yes, past tense.
Don't use I would watch a movie.
Yeah. So, does that make sense as far as watch? Yeah.
Tomorrow I watch a movie with my friend.
Okay, yeah. So yes, so that's going to be. So let's use that in a sentence. So tomorrow you're going to watch a movie with your friend. Okay. So to use in the future tense, I'll show you how you write this. So you would say tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yes, I will watch
movie
a movie with my friend.
With my friend.
at Siam Paragon.
Huh.
At Siam Paragon.
Okay. 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 So the key being, if it's future tense, if it's something you're going to do in the future, this word will
Yeah.
means you're doing it in the future. It's important to have the word will before watch because that explains that you have not done it yet. It's not something you are doing at the present. It's something you're doing in the future. So that's how you use watch in the future. All right, so let's cover the word. Let's discuss the word see. Again, this is a very good topic to discuss because, again, these are all very similar words. Is this helping at all? Does this help?
Yes, let's understand look and watch. What is the difference between look and watch?
The difference between what?
What is the difference between look and watch?
The difference between look and watch. The difference between look and watch is look is something you do just for a short period of time.
You can use the same sentence.
Use that in a sentence. Yeah, so I looked at the air conditioner versus, and I only did that for a few seconds. I'm not going to watch it for a long period of time. There's no reason to. Versus watch, I am going to watch a movie, a sporting event. A movie or sporting event being something that you watch.
Say look at the movie.
You could. Are you asking if you could use look instead? I mean, they have very similar meanings, but if you were to use these words as they are meant to be used in a sentence, you would not use the word look. So I would not say that I look at a sporting event.
Yes.
I looked at a movie. If I said I looked at a movie, that would not be the way you would use this word. Because if I said that, that would mean to somebody else, I just looked at it briefly. I didn't watch it. I may have just looked at the cover of the box and moved on. And so that person who heard me say I looked at the movie, they would not understand that I actually watched the movie. Like I viewed the movie from beginning to end for a couple hours. That's why it's important to, instead of saying I looked at a movie, what would you say?
I see it.
I
I watched a movie. That would tell whoever you're talking to that you watched the movie. You viewed that movie for 2 hours, however long the movie is. That would tell them you actually watched it.
Can I say, excuse me, can I say, I looked the newspaper.
Read.
Well,
Read.
I would,
Newspaper.
a newspaper. So,
Read. Just read. Not look.
okay,
Read.
yes. So a newspaper. So let's
And look.
yeah let's talk about the news. Let's talk about the newspaper.
Look.
How many of you think you would use I looked at the newspaper in a sentence?
Look and see, I think.
What? So okay. Well, let me write this on the board. So I
Newspaper.
So